for what is right. Live for what is right. Beg you do what's right. Christian man. Christian man.
And what about religious expression? Are we talking about convenient religious freedom or religious liberty that is defined by the government? What is interesting is that in the United States of America, having established the Constitution, amending of the Constitution was important, and the first issue they addressed was religious liberty. Religious liberty. And what is quite amazing is that the American founding fathers composed an amendment that command Congress or lay out the foundation for Congress that stated that the government or Congress may not make a religion or make a law pertaining religion or prohibit the free practice thereof. Do not give the people a religion or interfere with their religious fervency. Not religion as you like it, but free religion. They were dealing with the very issue that they were facing, or it was within the context of 1776. Britain, England at the time, the Roman Catholic Church at the time, Christendom at the time, frowned upon religious liberty. You can speak, you can say, you can express yourself, but do not come against the Pope. Do not contradict the Pope. Do not contradict a clergy. Do not speak against the order of the church. Even if the order of the church was wrong, you do not get to oppose the Pope or to oppose the leader. Martin Luther, in his 95 Thesis, made a statement, a clear statement he was making, that we have the right to express what we think about Christ, about the Christian faith, and we have the right to challenge or refute what we consider as heretic notions. Freedom of religion, freedom of expression, freedom of thought, the right to peaceably march and protest, or to let your discontent be known to society, to government. These are the things that the American founding fathers addressed and ensured they were part of the Bill of Rights for the American citizen. Not convenient religion, not thoughts that you like, but simply allowing the American people freedom to speak, freedom to be. And from the thoughts and from the expression, we can have the public forum where we can condemn a thought, we can speak against a thought, we can speak about the folly of a thought, we can judge a thought based on its notion of goodness or evil. But until the person is able to speak, then how might we judge whether good or bad in regarding a thought? When you deal of condemnation, there has to be evidence. And how do you know the evidence until it is known? How do you judge one's purity or impurity until you hear what one is saying, what one expresses, what one is thinking? Are humans really free if they're not given uninhibited right to speak? The one who is not free to speak inadvertently is not free to think. You have the control totalitarian government where they take away the library, they take away the educational process. And the educational process, a true educational process, asks for the human being to interact with material, to see what you know, what you are thinking about a thought, an idea, a process. An intellectual exchange between pupils and professor and teachers. We must have the right to interact, to challenge each other, to say, is he right? Is he wrong? And why is he right? Why is he wrong? Why is the thought good? Why is it bad? You can test an idea. You can test a notion. You can test a concept. You can say someone is evil because of what he says even before he did it. Evil comes from the thinking. And if you don't know what one is thinking, how can you tell evil thought or even criminal intent? How might we sanction or how might we govern, how might we police evil people when we do not know what they're thinking? The smarter notion is not actually hate speech law. The smarter notion is to let hateful people speak. And in so doing, you can hear what they're saying and know who is intending to hurt neighbor. Then you can send the police to investigate. But how are you going to prevent one from speaking? I argue that the power of uninhibited free speech simply is when you give the moron the right to speak, you also give the sensible person the right to express. When you give the idiotic person the right to say his foolish ideas or have his foolish expression known, you also give the sensible person the right to speak sensible thought. When you allow the evil person to speak, you also allow the good-hearted person to speak. When you allow someone to speak a hateful thought, you allow the other person to speak a good thought. And in the forum of public opinion, we can judge what thought is good based upon fruits. By the fruit you shall know them. So when we restrain speech, we are not serving the public. What we are doing instead, we are allowing hateful thought to go unknown, and hence the hateful person goes underground. The hate is still in his heart. The hate is still there. But now we don't know. Now he can hurt you. Like the guy who sit in the office all day long and he comes back and he shoot up the post office. Like the evil person who has those evil thoughts all these years, and then he comes back and he did that. And someone say, what happened? And the psychologist, the psychiatrist, the counselor said, he was a troubled young man. She was a troubled young lady. Look at the things he wrote. Look at his diary. Look at the things he had written in his book at home. He was a troubled man. Now that they study him, and now they go to prison sometimes and study these mass murderers, serial killers, and say, how did you do this? Why did you do that? Then they're starting to paint the picture that this person is a troubled person. Society would have been better served if we had known this man, this woman. Let him speak. Let her speak. Let them express. And if it is dangerous thought is different from no thought. The thought is there, but you don't know it. Dangerous speech is different from no speech. In fact, unknown speech is more dangerous than hateful speech, because unknown speech could be one that is calling to incite harm to neighbor. Unknown speech is more dangerous than spoken speech, even if it is a hateful speech. Because if someone says something hateful and harmful or to incite violence against neighbor, then the police can step in and intercept. How can you intercept evil people in the process of harming if you didn't hear them speak? Hate speech law undermines the intelligence of the public. When we do not allow all citizens to speak freely as they are thinking, then we do not know the good and evil of the heart of humans. And as for those who have evil thoughts and have expressed them, if they do not get to express them, when evil people do not get to speak their evil thoughts, then they go under the radar. And we are only surprised or taken back or shocked with the atrocity, the evil that they unleashed on their neighbor. The public forum of speech ensure the freedom of the human being, the commending of the human being, and also to police those with evil intention. But if they do not speak it, how do you know it's there? And how can you monitor it and intercept it before it becomes a reality? So if we are not free to think and to say what we think, are we free? If we are not free to heed the tenets of our religious faith, do we really have freedom of religion?
Stand for what is right. Live for what is right. Beg you do what's right. Kiss them on.
Tell them.
On. Stand up now. You know you must. Get up now. Shake off the coward's dust. Wake up now. Feel the godly gust. Almighty need the voice of the just. Isaiah 60 says, arise and shine, for your light has come, for the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. The church has the light of the Lord. Jesus said, you are the light of the world. So shine, Christian person, shine. Don't be falling asleep and Jesus down here. Come on. Get up now. Rise up now. Yeah.